Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm John.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action flicks and breaking them all the way down.
All the way to some uncomfortable levels of minutia. This is episode 3 of Robocop.
This is episode 3 of Robocop. Robocop is on the street. He's busting heads. He's preventing crimes. He's had a couple of successful encounters. Like, everything's going by the book.
Would Robocop have been as intimidating if his voice sounded like Mr. Spell?
Give me an impression. Give me a little Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive, you're coming with me.
No, probably not. Probably not. I imagine also like the robot from a contemporary movie, Rocky IV. Happy birthday, Polly.
Dead or Alive, you're coming with me.
Yeah, no, I think the baddies would just laugh their asses off.
That's right. So yeah, when we last left Robocop, he is kicking ass and taking names. He's saved a potential victim of an attempted rape. He's saved
some store
couple.
Owners. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, he's doing good work in the early goings.
I feel like now he's just sort of cruising with his swag up around Detroit. I feel like he's got his theme song bumping.
That's right.
I imagine he plays that on this, like, over the loudspeaker from his car.
That's what plays at my office when I enter.
When you enter, it's very triumphant hero music.
And then
he gets called to a hostage crisis at City Hall.
Oh my God.
Where there's a former, I guess, city councilman or something.
City Councilman Ron Miller is holding up the mayor.
He's got the mayor held hostage. Apparently, this was halfway inspired by, like, the Harvey Milk.
Oh, interesting.
Thing. Yeah, which was somewhat recent news when the script first started being worked on, I guess.
I don't remember if there was a hostage situation, but it definitely was, there was the shooting.
I think the guy who killed it was
2 people.
So apparently that inspired the screenwriters to some extent. They say that any shot where you get to see Robocop, like, getting in or out of a car, he didn't have his Robocop pants on. Like, he didn't have his leg armor.
That makes sense.
They said you just literally couldn't sit. He couldn't go from sitting to standing or standing to sitting while wearing the armor.
Good. I'm glad.
So if you notice, he'll always be hidden behind the car door, and then they'll cut to he's already seated.
Love it.
Or whatever. It's just a little of that movie magic, right?
Some good work.
The fact that the SWAT leader... SWAT leader, he doesn't like Robocop showing up.
Well, yeah, Miller's in negotiations with the stereotypically inept 1980s movie asshole cop who's running the scene, right?
I feel like this guy came straight from Nakatomi Tower to here.
From right down. Yeah, they sent him. Yeah, he left this scene and
went to Nakatomi.
So yeah, the perp Miller requests some coffee and then some pretty other ridiculous things like a new election.
I said I want to recount, and no matter what happens, I still want to win.
He wants his old job back. He wants a new office, and he wants a car that goes fast, has shitty gas mileage, and has cruise control. So yeah,
they try to give her the 6000 sucks, the 6000 SUX,
which is a great name.
It's so funny to me that the SWAT leader is also, like, taunting the gunman.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, we'll even throw in a Blaupunkt. He's like, don't fuck with me.
So it seems that remark was enough for the guy. He was about to splatter the mayor's
He got the mayor, and he's like, we'll see if you think this is funny.
So yeah,
right?
Robocop in that time shows up. You're right. Sorry about that.
And he's like, Robocop's entered the building already now, and he's like, he can see with his, like, thermal vision. He can see the bodies through the wall from the next room over, and he's sort of able to just reach right through the wall and grab the gunman and yank him through.
And I think that this, along with you guys talked about it in the Predator episodes, that this is like early fodder for video game, like thermal vision,
Of
like
course.
shoot 'em up stuff like
Now,
that. This is the stuff of dreams for nerds everywhere. It's awesome.
They said on this movie, the thermal shots aren't actually like any type of thermal technology. They just took the actors, put them in like, apparently they said they were naked, painted them black, and like painted them with fluorescent paint and shown like a black light, and that's how they did the thermal look.
What?
It's pretty awesome if that's true.
Yeah, I think
it looks
incredible.
good.
Yeah, it looks legit.
It looked really, it looked authentic as hell.
Way to go, you guys. That's impressive stuff.
And he punches the dude right out the window.
Yeah, he grabs to the wall, yanks Miller through the sheetrock, and punches him out the window. We presume to his death.
Of course, he probably busted his head on the steps, and like it's another one of those like Verhoeven sort of commentary on the time that all the cameramen like rush forward to get the close up of the moment of impact, like the moment of death.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's when it cuts straight to another newscast where that's like the lead story, right?
Hello, Lisa Gibbons.
Hello. And then you also see Robocop. He's visiting school kids.
Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, the kids are like wilding out about Robocop, which as you would.
Yeah.
I mean, then we see the commercial for the Nukem board game, which is kind of like Battleship.
Pakistan is threatening my border.
It's like Battleship, but it's about like global thermonuclear war. And it's like, that's it. I'm cutting off your aid, buddy.
But for the whole family, the whole family can enjoy thermonuclear warfare.
What's weird is so clearly
great.
either the father-daughter or the mother-son team won.
Yeah.
But both are just celebrating and hugging when the game ends.
In the end, everyone dies a nuclear holocaust.
So everyone's a winner or a loser. I don't know. And then the newscasters say that the Delta City construction is about to commence.
Going forward. That's right.
Because crime has been cut way down by Robocop being like such a badass.
And here we hear the figure of an estimated 1 million new jobs.
Yeah, which is weird because they'd been saying 2 million, but either figure seems pretty high.
Yeah. We're not sure where those people are coming from, maybe from China.
Oh, and interestingly, in opposition of the last newscast we saw, like this one we see Bob Morton is like the face of OCP on the news.
Very interesting. That is
like it's kind of like Dick Jones has been pushed out.
Yeah, Bob Morton is talking on the news about how crime he guarantees will be gone in old Detroit in 40 days.
He's like, there's a new sheriff in town, basically, right?
And his name's Robocop.
And his name is Robocop.
That's actually interesting about the million new jobs in Delta City. There's a huge effort going on in Detroit. Lots of revitalization efforts. Like the company that owns like TurboTax, Quicken, that company came in and really helped the downtown area of Detroit. And the last that I had heard was that, and you'll be surprised by this, probably not at all, but the Chinese were coming in and buying. There were deals in the works to buy tons of acreage to build like cities within Detroit, like major infrastructure plans similar to like Delta City. Yeah.
Okay. I know there was the whole thing with, I think the mayor was talking about a new Detroit.
Yeah.
And that's when like there became that movement to build a big Robocop statue. To like, that's pretty awesome.
Like every like state needs a Robocop statue.
It's kind of like the Rocky statue in Philly, right?
Exactly.
It belongs there.
It's iconic. It does belong there, 100%. So you were saying that Morton's star is kind of on the rise.
Mm-hmm. And it used to be, I guess, Jones used to be the guy being quoted on the news, and now it's Morton, right?
And we hear now that Bobby is a VP. Bob Morton is a VP now.
He's rising quickly. He's got the card to access the executive washroom.
Oh, my God.
He's walking with some other sort of, douchey 80s business guy.
Yeah, walking the halls, flashing his new access card, and then we find ourselves in the swank executive washroom where
he's talking all manner
talking shit about Dick
all
Jones.
Type of shit. He's calling him a pussy, and he's like, hey, he's old, we're young, that's life.
And then we quickly learn from some like goonish acting bumbles in the background that Jones is in there wiping his ass.
Everyone starts scrambling out of the bathroom, and then Jones steps out of the stall. He's taking a dump.
And as Jones leaves the stall, Bob's douchey buddy kind of stops, like forces himself mid-piss to stop to run to avoid.
He runs out. He's got like a big pee stain on the front of his pants.
On the front of his suit pants.
I never noticed that until like this most recent viewing.
He's like, I don't want to be here for this. This is going to be terrible. Oh, God.
But so Jones and Morton have like a big bathroom showdown.
I used to call the old man names.
He's like, I used to call the old man names too when I was a young guy. Yeah.
Iron butt. Boner.
One time, I even called him asshole. He's like, but there was always respect.
See, that's well, here's what though, like, was calling the old man an asshole any worse? I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's the idea that Bob was saying that Jones was over the hill and out of touch and has been and didn't deserve his rep, like really taking digs at his character as opposed, or his reputation, perhaps, as opposed to just calling.
I mean, I will say there was no like mutual respect from Bob towards Dick.
Yeah, but I mean, is it just the fact that it wasn't simple name calling? It was like character assassination.
Yeah. And
that is the line, because Jones says, "You just fucking crossed the line, buddy."
Well, he does. Jones is telling Morton basically, like, I had already lined up all these military contracts for Ed 209 for 25 years. Like, It didn't matter if it worked or didn't work as long as the program didn't get abandoned, which it kind of now has been.
Right.
Like, it shows, I guess, that where Dick Jones's mindset is at is that I don't care if the crime ends or doesn't end. Like, what's good for business is what we need to be focused on.
You've got to find business. You get good business
where you can find it. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's probably advantageous if the Ed 209s are always breaking, because then they're always getting fixed by OCP.
Exactly. Because they were talking about, it's a like recycling parts, everything. It's like, that's all going to belong to us.
And I think, for his part, Morton doesn't seem to really grasp that, and he's just like happy that Robocop is it seems to be a success, or it's at least led to his success within the company. But God, there's this weird moment where he's talking all that shit, then he sort of goes and like softly runs his hand through Bob's hair, then snatches a handful of that hair.
He sort of starts to remind him, he's like, remember, when the old man's gone, I'm number 2 around here.
Like, it's simple math, like who's going to be in charge.
And you better hope that there are no problem. And this is he starts calling Robocop, he starts referring to it as Bob's bastard creation. And then, there's this weird, this is the first one of these real alpha male posturing moments in this movie. And there are a few, but this weird, like, caress of his hair before
he grabs a handful and he's like, you just fucked with the wrong guy or something. And he's like,
and this is like, to see, by all accounts, like Ronnie Cox's roles, you were saying, were like these, sort of dad do-gooder type father figure roles. And this was like a real step outside of the box for him.
And he nails it.
So I wonder if it was like one of the situations, I don't know if you've ever heard that story about on the set of Trading Places, like one of the very last scenes when they're all at the New York Stock Exchange, and it's after I can't remember, Ralph Bellamy's character has the heart attack, and they're like, he's having a heart attack, and Don Amici yells, "Fuck him! Turn the machines back on!" That before they shot that scene, he called the whole set to a standstill, apologized that he was about to use coarse language.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like a class act.
Yeah, he's like, I doubt that Roddy Cox did that for some reason.
I don't see it.
He delivers this line with some relish.
It's like when you see John Lithgow like going bad. It's like, oh, he's like a dad. He's like,
you've got chops, my friend. I don't know about you. If anyone grabbed my hair like that, it probably would have been something akin to what Bob does. I would have lashed out. I would have pushed back. I don't know if there would have been a punch thrown. There's just something about someone pulling your hair, like putting you in that like vulnerable space like that.
Yeah. Could you imagine at a job? Could you imagine at your job if your boss pulled your hair? Can't imagine that. It's like it would be unheard of. Your boss would get this in 2019. Yeah, that would be like instant firing.
Yeah, instant firing.
But anyway, Morton's reaction is just like, "You're out of your fucking mind."
Yeah,
which is about the reaction I feel like I'd have. I don't know that I'd get violent.
I feel like I'd be jumping across at somebody, and I'm not like that. But there's just something, just even thinking about,
like if someone put their finger in your chest, it'd be different than like that. Yeah,
if it's something about someone touching your head. I don't know what it is. Anyway,
that was such an odd move, but it was like that,
because it's like, it's tender, but it's showing, it's like,
you're like, what's happening right now? And then
like, I am clearly in charge and there's nothing.
Like, I can make your life good or I can make your life terrible.
You'd better pray that unholy monster of yours doesn't fuck it up. and so yeah, there's it's just what a great scene between those two guys.
So then we cut back to the precinct where RoboCop is like in rest mode, I guess.
Yeah.
and he's having some sort of like a dream.
The screensaver is up, but he is active.
Yeah. He's having a dream about his own murder, and he's like seeing flashbacks of his family, I guess, and all this. And it's like he's thrashing around, and there's little meters that are needles jumping and all that.
His EKG or whatever they've got him hooked up to is off the charts.
I think there's a thing on the commentary where they say at first they had the scene without the meter, the little needles that look like a seismograph, like measuring earthquake or whatever. Exactly. And they first had it without that, and then it wasn't really working. And then they inserted the thing of the needles moving around, and like it just made the scene all worked out. It's awesome.
I would love to.
So neat.
What if we added in the little graph, the EKG machine? It's like, yeah, let's do that. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's like amazing the process of how a movie comes to be.
So yeah, and then the final little scene of flashbacks that he sees is Clarence shooting Murphy in the head and killing him, and the thing flatlines.
It flatlines, and RoboCop snaps awake.
He comes online, fully online, has brought himself online.
He pops up and he's like going to go out on duty, and the techs are trying to stop him, but they can't.
And no one knows what's going on. People are frantically looking at printouts. And
the scientists really suck, right? Like they were not paying attention to what was happening.
Were they watching I'd Buy That for $1?
I don't know. Like all the needles were jumping around, and like the monitor was showing what he was dreaming about, and like they were just not. They were oblivious.
Like that happens in so many movies where whoever is supposed to be watching the monitor, like it's like every movie that you've ever seen where somebody's in a hospital bed and there's a cop supposed to be guarding whoever's in the hospital bed, and he's flirting with the nurse, and they're watching TV.
He's like going to use the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like in Dick Tracy, it happens in The Godfather. It's just like every movie. People are doing what they shouldn't.
Which I think in their defense, that is real life. Like no one's ever doing their job the way they're supposed to.
Speak for yourself, man.
Sorry, boss. But no, yeah, he's like storming out. What do we got? Like Lewis sort of tries to stop him.
Yeah.
Or she approaches him and she's like, Murphy, it's you.
Right.
And he sort of freezes, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, she's
like, what's your name?
She approaches him and he's like I'm Robo. Basically, I don't have a name. It's like my name. I don't have anything.
And she's like, Murphy, it's you.
And he stops. He stops and starts moving backward at that point. Like he's trying to take stock of what she's just said. Like you can see whatever human brain is still involved in the thought processes of the robot is now compromised fully. I think is like,
but he still leaves. Is that when he gives the line like somewhere a crime is happening? Or something, so, and he walks on out of there, and of course the scientists, the technicians who had dropped the ball, they're like, "What did you say to him? Like somehow this was your fault that he's storming out of here." Yeah, like she had the nerve to talk to him.
Fucking life, asshole.
Yeah, but it's probably realistic. Like everyone's trying to pass the buck. I feel like now. Morton arrives because they called him when shit hit the fan with RoboCop, and he's arguing with Lewis about who and what RoboCop is.
Right.
And I sort of feel like that's almost like the crux of what the movie is about.
Absolutely.
Like, are you the man you were before, or are you something new? Like, I feel like Morton's position is he's a product.
Right. He is contractually obligated.
Like, he's just he's a machine. He's an item that belongs to the company.
He belongs to OCP.
And she's like, no, he's a policeman. He had a wife and a kid and all that stuff.
Yeah, not anymore, though.
But I feel like that's the struggle that's going on inside of RoboCop. Is like, clearly. What am I?
Yeah.
It's kind of awesome. So the technicians, they want to take him off the line for a while.
He had a dream,
and Morton is like, he's been being threatened, I guess, by Dick Jones, right? If something goes wrong with RoboCop,
it's been a weird afternoon for Bob Morton.
So he's feeling the pressure, like he can't have anything go wrong with the RoboCop program,
right?
Which should be all the more reason to take him offline and figure it out.
You would think,
but he wants to just, I guess, let it ride.
What is one evening going to make over the course of 40 days of cleaning up crime in Detroit. At this point, bring him in and wipe that memory, right? Like, wouldn't you?
Yes, reset him.
Absolutely. Hard restart on Robocop tonight. Please.
But so Robocop's out cruising, and he spots Emil, the guy,
the
bad
doctor,
haircut.
the asshole doctor from ER.
Yeah, he's that. That's the only other thing I know him from was basically the same character.
Same role, just
different wardrobe. Because he's rocking a bolo tie,
oh my God, he
a tank top
awesome.
and a leather vest or something.
The skull and crossbones bolo tie, rolling up to the gas station, making fun of the attendant who's studying plane geometry.
Yeah.
You a college boy?
You smart. You think you can outsmart my bullet? And it's like, that is kind of I think the mindset of a lot of Americans now is like, whatever, you can have your book smarts, but I got guns.
I'm going to shoot you. Okay. God.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
This makes me sick.
Again, though, it's like, I give credit to whoever came up with these ideas, because a lot of them have come to pass.
I think it's a fallacy, though, to assume that America hasn't been like this all along.
That's true, I guess.
Now we're just seeing it out in the open.
More people and more guns.
Yay, freedom. Ooh. So anyway.
So Robocop sort of steps in. He stops the guy and he tells him, he drops the dead or alive.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
And
this is awesome.
That triggers Emil's memory.
I know you. We killed you.
Exactly. He's
freaking out. Like, Emil is freaked out.
He's like, yeah, he's totally freaked out. He's shooting all his guns at Robocop.
Unloading.
What's weird is Robocop's not shooting back, but I think the fact that Emil told him, like, we killed you, that sort of like Murph or like Lewis, it froze him in his tracks again.
He plays the body language well of being conflicted about what to do, because now he's trying to process what he's saying. And
I think even in his mind, he's replaying or he's recording what Emil is saying.
Also, everyone in this movie, this is the first that we start to see that everyone in this movie is really quick to confess.
Very much so.
Emil immediately confesses to a crime. We killed you.
I feel like the fact that Robocop really did just sort of freeze there for probably 30 seconds, like, to me, that's the big moment where Murphy's consciousness and Robocop's consciousness are colliding.
I think so. Or at least on the verge.
Like, where he's fully conscious, not like in a dream.
He hasn't fully remembered.
And he's like, I half remember this, and
exactly.
So the dude, he like severs I think a bullet maybe hit a gas line.
And a stray bullet hits the gas line. College guy runs off. Gas is squirting everywhere, and Emil kind of chucks a cigarette, Emil chucks a cigarette
near the leaking gas. And rides off on a motorcycle.
Yeah, and then we get a pretty nifty bit of special effects with that explosion.
It's a hella huge explosion,
and whoever's in the suit
is right in the fire almost.
Yeah, like right next to it.
I mean, I presume that's a real person, not like a robotic thing, but it was so close to the fire.
Just walking with the flames right there. It looks amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome. I didn't even I don't think I noticed it or recognized it until I was watching the Blu-ray, and I was like, holy crap, there's a guy in there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Can you imagine? Because they were already talking about how hot it was in the suit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was, because you're in Dallas in the summertime, and now you're in the suit at night in Dallas with fire.
Standing next to, a huge gas explosion.
Okay.
Nuts. And so Robocop's like shoots at Emil's motorcycle as he rides off and makes him crash.
Right.
It's a pretty epic motorcycle crash.
Yeah,
there's no way that was a real human, I don't think, doing the crash. I feel like it must have been a dummy.
I don't know.
That seems like
some people take some pretty nasty photos.
That is cool. I'm gonna have to rewatch it and try to see if I can figure it out. Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Check it out.
But Robocop grabs him, and he's like, he takes him, hauls him into jail, I guess.
Right.
And then Robocop's like bursting into the big like mainframe, the server room at OCP headquarters,
or like OCP. So all of this, the interaction coming out, the dream sequence, the interaction with Lewis, and then it was the interaction with Emil, like you say, have sort of fully like woken him up. But he's like, I need answers. So
worlds are colliding.
Right. So he busts up in the OCP mainframe. That interface needle comes out.
Yeah, that's our first time seeing that. He like clenches his fist and this big like needle shoots out of his fist.
Like 6 inches of scary.
Gnarly.
Plugs himself into the mainframe, flick of the wrist, and
he sees what he sees. He finds Emil.
He finds Emil's
then
file.
Emil's known accomplices.
Right. He sees
the other
Joe,
faces.
Leon, Min, and finally
and Boddicker.
Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah, and then he sees like
That rap sheet.
wanted and like suspected in the murders of all this huge list of people. Last on the list is Murphy.
Alex Murphy.
And then I think he hears Lewis's voice again in his head saying, "Murphy, it's you." And that sort of he looks at Murphy's address, right? And then he cruises over to Murphy's old house,
right,
which is for sale. It's like on the market.
And doesn't the neighborhood sort of seem abandoned as he's driving through it to you?
I don't know if the whole neighborhood did, but his house was certainly ramshackle.
It always got the vibe that, and this is, after the civil rights movement and after, Detroit kind of started going to hell because of white flight and, horrendous racism endemic across the entire United States. There was this, flee to the suburbs by the white population of Detroit. And so there's something about him like riding through that neighborhood, that suburban neighborhood, and not seeing anybody out there. I was like, oh, it's kind of eerie. But then, rolling up to the house and the
house seems like maybe squatters have been in there or something, because the house is just kind of trashed inside.
There's detritus everywhere. It's like dead flowers on the fireplace.
Which I could see that. Yeah. And then there's also like just broken dishes and like burned stuff on the counter.
The broken like world's greatest dad or whatever coffee mug. And then just, like shit that's literally been caught on fire sitting on the kitchen counter for no reason.
So, but as he's wandering through the home, he's having these flashbacks of like Murphy's old life in that house. Like he's near the TV room or whatever, and he flashes to his son watching the TJ Laser show, and then he's in the bedroom and he imagines his wife and him like sharing a tender moment. And he had like the son at Halloween or something, and then taking a Polaroid.
Right, and he finds the Polaroid and all that burned out garbage.
Right, so that's sort of like, I think really things are clicking for him. Right. Like I was this guy, or I lived here in a previous life.
Right.
Yeah, and you can see why it would rattle him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And so
again, it's like, in any movie where a secret, like in Total Recall or whatever, it's
anything,
like, like that, like where you've come
or
out
Born
of a
Identity,
dream, where you've come out of a dream and you are not who you think you are. It's like, what is going on?
So, after everything went smoothly for RoboCop in our last episode, and this one, like there's starting to be glitches in the Matrix, if you will.
That's right.
And we just gotta wait until next go round.
That's a great analogy. He doesn't realize that, like there's this whole other world that he is part of.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Man,
this movie was like really pretty advanced.
It's a really good story. They did a really good job telling something that could have been super campy and over the top, and they could have done it really poorly, but it's really tastefully done for the subject matter.
Yeah.
Because you could explain the movie, well, there's this robot cop, right? And people would immediately roll their eyes. And
I think they were even toying with, we need to change the title because the title is just too cheesy.
It would have been akin to like trying to explain Game of Thrones to people for the first time, or Walking Dead, which I did a great, like, all right, so there's zombies, but it's really about relationships.
Yeah, I know it is. It's like it's about this robot cop, but
all right, wait,
it's really about like,
I'm on board.
Is he a man or is he a machine? Yeah, no, it's dope. So we're gonna find out in our next exciting episode. I know, like things are starting to pick up here.
That's right. In the penultimate chapter of the Robocop
penultimate coming your way next.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll be back.